Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Dragon Quest XI S Echoes of Lucid Age, Definitive Edition on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Where were we? Rainbow Mines, Romer, and King. Let's see, that one's done. Because that's Rainbow Mines. This one, let's see. That's by Ron Barrow to find Kiefer. That's right. I need to go find out. I need to go find Kiefer. Back here. See, if thinking of heading in there, keep your wits about you. There's many who go in, but not so many who make it out. Sure, this chap with a shock of blonde hair is just going in there with a determined look on his face. He says something about looking for a green gem, but it's been a fair while now. I can't help worrying. Something untoward has happened. Damn it. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, what? Oh, wait, actually, I was gonna say, the stairs there before? I don't think they were. Help, help! Can anyone hear me? Oh, there you are, you little bastard. I'm in a bit of trouble here. Need help getting out. Oh boy. I got myself a puzzle. Okay, well, hopefully this is easy. Okay, purple. Oh, these stones too? Oh, Thanks, I owe you one. I've been to this mine before, so I thought it would be a doodle getting through it, but I ended up in a bit of a jam. I was taking a closer look at the rainbow rocks, and I tried giving one of them a shove. It must have triggered something, because before I knew it, I was trapped. I'm just glad you came along when you did. What are you doing all the way down here, anyway? What's that? Rome Barrow asked you to come and search for someone called Kiefer? Well, you found your man. I'm him. Suppose I have been gone a while. Everyone must be worried. Well, I appreciate you coming and looking for me. And everything's worked out, too. I found what I was looking for. This green gem here will fix up Lala in no time. Now, if you'll excuse me, I can't keep my wife waiting a second longer. You're not going anywhere. Yeah, where did you come from? Listen, I don't mean to be rude, but I've got places to be, so if you wouldn't mind budging your big backside. Big backside? Did no one teach you manners, boy? I am Obstructicus. My master ordered me to stymie, to block, to impede all who dare come here. Yet now you attempt to turn the tables to prevent me from discharging my duties? This is unforgivable. Enough is enough. You are so supremely annoying. You must pay the price. Yeah, this is just what I need. Normally I'd be more than happy to take on this big lunk, but I'm afraid I'm a bit lacking in the weaponry department right now. Hehehe, you are pathetic. Perhaps your companions will offer more of a challenge. Well, you heard the man. Sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to leave this one to you. Good luck and all that. Okay, boy. Still got so much to unlock. Sword mastery. What is this? Randomly slices through group enemies with 4 controlled cuts. This I don't even know. What's this? Secret one-handed sword technique that assails all enemies with bolts of blazing lightning. And then this one increases probability of scoring critical hits. Oh god, it's just 3% though. It's such a tiny amount. Increases chance of getting pep. Brings all the user's powers to bear in order to achieve instant pep. Well, regardless, I don't have much. Boomerangs. This is for what? Swords? It's knives. God, he has so much to unlock. What's this? 47. What was I saving it for? This one? Restore 35 MP after winning a battle when wielding heavy wands. Sigil that increases all party members' chance of inflicting critical spell damage. Increases MP absorbed. Damage has huge electric explosion. That's 36, and that's 36. I guess I'll save it. Defeating Obstructicus appears to have restored the rainbow rocks to their original color. You're tougher than you look. I'm impressed. In fact, you remind me of an old friend of mine. But this isn't time for a trip down memory lane. I have to get back to Lala right away. All you want. You really got me out of a jam. Head back to the rumor encampment, and I'm sure you'll find a nice reward for you. Okay, let's go back. We are forever indebted to you, most honorable Gajo. Thanks to you, Kiefer made it back with the green gem he sought. The gem is powerful indeed. No sooner did he bring it to Lala than she leapt from her sickbed brimming with energy. On behalf of all rumors, I'd like to thank you for what you've done. Please accept this as this humble offering. Filly of Idrisil Du. Ah yes, there was one more thing. Curious as it is to relate, it seems there was some kind of inscription on the green gem that Kiefer brought back. I'm afraid I do not have the faintest clue what it might mean, but I wanted to share it with you. Ooh, another password. Our encampment has been added to the list of locations you could travel to from the Altar of Forgotten Past. Boing. Truly, I was blessed with the most marvelous husband. Since the moment I met him, he has always put me first. There is nothing he would not do for me. Sometimes, being my people's chosen dancer feels like a heavy responsibility, but with him by my side, I know I can do it. So, what do you think? She's an amazing dancer, right? When she starts to move, I just know that the Almighty sits up there and takes notice. But just one word of warning, do not go falling in love with her, okay? Yeah, I had to go through a lot to marry her. She's very much my better half, and I intend to keep her that way. What are you looking so antsy for anyway? Is there something you want to ask me? Yeah. What's that? Has the Prince of Canuck been through here? Well, there was this laid-back sort of fellow who came not long ago and asked me if I was the Prince of Middenhall. I told him he was right about me being royalty, but that I was the Prince of Estark, not Middenhall, whatever that is. He wandered off looking very disappointed. He was a bit of an oddball, to be honest. He was muttering something about going to a cave with a weird name to look for some princess. What was that again? The Imperial Pantry of Parthenia? Weird, like I say. And to top it off, as he was walking away, he just vanished into thin air. I'd love to know what his story is. Yeah, this is the only time you get a password in here. Oh, yes, there's one other time. Alright. Dum-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. Okay, yeah, whatever. Ah, it's so nice to see you again. Have you spoken with Lala and Kiefer yet? I really think you should. Our people have been suffering one setback after another recently. I think they've I think they'd appreciate having someone outside the clan to talk to. Okay, well, what's up, guys? Ah, how marvelous to see you again. As you have noticed, things have changed somewhat since last we met. Allow me to explain. Since time immemorial, my people have traveled the world and used our most sacred music and dance to pray for the restoration of the Almighty. You have joined us right in the middle of such ceremony, but this one is a little unusual. The exquisite tones of the torban have always been an essential part of our rituals, but tragedy has struck, and all the strings of our sacred instruments have been cut by some heartless fiend. In desperation, we have reduced to what one might call the error torban, mimicking the parts that would normally be played on the torban and hoping that the Almighty can forgive us. But in truth, we know this will not do, for we will soon attempt our most sacred ceremony, the restoration of the Almighty. For that, we must dance to the music of our most sacred torban of truth. Restoring the Almighty is the most sacred duty of our people, but to attempt this using a torban with no strings, why, would be doomed to failure, and would only bring shame onto our ancestors. That is why I must humbly ask for your assistance yet again. Will you help us repair the torban of truth so that we may fulfill our sacred duty? Yeah, sure. Thank you, thank you. You are truly the savior of our people. Now, let me tell you how the strings of the torban of truth may be replaced. There's a very rare item known as the golden mane. If you could acquire one, we might be able to repair the torban of truth. According to the ancient stories of our people, it can be attained from the great hounds who guard a tower where flying horses dwell. I know this may all sound like nonsense, but if you ever do come across such a place, please do your best to bring us the item we need. We will all be eternally grateful. I've seen a fair bit of the world, but I've never heard of a tower filled with flying horses. I know this isn't going to be easy, but please do what you can. Anyway, out with it. You've got something to ask me, haven't you? Yeah. What's that? Have I had any visitors recently? Well, there's this late... it's the same thing. Yeah, okay. Oh, Pegasus? Is this it? Okay, we gotta get it from a hot dog. If it requires the golden domain, head back to the Roman encampment and give it to Lala. Oh wow, it actually gave it to me quickly. I thought for sure it would take a while. Oh, there you are. I'm so happy to see you. Well, how'd you get on? Yeah, give the gold main. Oh, you have it. This is wonderful. Let me look at it. Oh, it's so beautiful. Now we will be able to repair the Torben of Truth. Thank you so much. Truly you have helped us in our time of need. On behalf of all my people, I would like to offer you a small token of our gratitude. Here, take this. You have earned it. Picture sees a pair of elevated shoes. Boing. Let's see. He told me he was right about me being wrong. Says something about searching for the princess first. Lala says that every time she hears the song of the Torben, she can feel the little one kicking. What's that? I didn't mention I was going to be a dad? Well, now you know. It's a shame I won't be able to take my son or daughter to Estrard, but that's just the way it is. I would have loved for them to meet their granddad and their auntie one day, not to mention my old pals. Enough about me. No, I'm fine. Okay. Alright. Oh, look at that. Getting close. Okay. Cursed King. Calm down. There's a good kitty. This is a catastrophe. I don't mean to be a scaredy cat, but you've got to help me, please. Thank you. If you could just get it to shoe, I'd be eternally grateful. The great saber cat slinks off. I owe you big time. I was within a whisker of getting mauled there. I seem to be catnip to that thing. Lately he keeps coming around and growling at me. I'm terrified that one day he's going to pounce. Normally I can get any cat purring in no time, but he's completely feral. He's got all the other kitties terrified. If someone doesn't do something soon, I'm worried they'll all run away. So enough pussyfooting around, you look like you know a thing or two. I was wondering if you might be able to bring me something that might tame that savage beast. What do you say? Yeah, sure. Thank you, I know you wouldn't let me down. Now, I don't believe I've introduced myself properly. My name's Tom, and I serve Master Felix, the owner of this house. As you can probably guess, have a real fondness for felines of all descriptions, and when the cat hasn't got my tongue, I can't even talk their language. When that wildcat slinked off, he muttered someone's name under his breath. Bianca, was it? Anyway, maybe that might help you in your quest for that thing that will tame him. I've been one cat for a long time, and I'm convinced that none of them are really bad deep down. The great saber cat who's been terrorizing us of late just needs to be tamed, I'm sure of it. That's why I want you to bring me something that might soothe his savage temper and get him purring like a kitten. I'm pretty sure he growled someone's name. Yeah, that's right. Okay. Damn it, I'm stuck again. No! Get out of here! Biscotti Mansion somewhere. I don't remember where that is. Okay. Let's see, it's Nera, Deborah, Bianca. There's someone out there for you too, Big Deke. When you find him, make sure you take good care of him, alright? Now, I wonder where he's got to. What's that? Who am I looking for? Oh, an old pal, a great saber cat to be precise. Me and my best friend have known him since he was a cub, but I lost him on the way here. Not that I'm worried. My mate who trained him was practically a professional monster wrangler. Still, can't help but wondering if he's okay. I don't suppose you've seen any saber cats on your travels, have you? Yep. What's that? You saw a great saber cat on the rampage at Chateau de Felix? That doesn't really sound like him, mind you. He did go a bit feral after he was separated from my mate for a while. He even attacked him when he found him again. The Blyman rotter. It was only the scent of me ribbon that brought him back to his senses. Hey, I know. Maybe the same trick will work again. Let the saber cat you found have a look and sniff at this ribbon. If it's him, he'll be all calm in no time. Not again. Listen, please, calm down. There's good kitty. Oh, there you are again. Did you manage to find something that might calm this fellow down? Yep. Biggie hands over Bianca's ribbon. This is a lovely ribbon, I must say. Well, I'll show it to him and see if it works its magic. Tom shows Bianca's ribbon to the great saber cat. The saber cat gives it a good long sniff. It looks as if the ribbon has sparked some kind of memory. Meow. Great saber cat is, scrapes it off. What exactly just happened? I can't be sure, but it looked as if the ribbon jogged his memory. Do you think he might have remembered where his home is? Perhaps that was the reason he was so irritable. He wanted to go home, but he couldn't remember where home was. Well, let's hope that's the end of it. If that saber cat has managed to find its way home, it'll be thanks to you, and you've saved my skin too. Here, it's the least I can do. See, pair of beast claws. Oh, and there's one more thing. When it's linked off, it mutters something under its breath. It sounded like some kind of code word. Let me tell you before I forget. Secret word from the saber cat. Chateau Felix Dusk has been added to list of locations. Yay! Boing. I've got a feeling our friend, the great saber cat, has managed to return home, and it's all thanks to you. Anyway, for a change of pace, how would you like a personality test that's been handed down through the generations here at Chateau Felix? Great, let's get started. We just received your first. You've just received your first pet, great saber cat. Do you think Hurry would make a good name? Yeah. Ahem. Now for question number 2. A daughter-year-old saber cat comes up to you looking to join your party. Would you let him? Yeah. Now it's time for my third and final question. If you were to keep a great saber cat as a pet, you wouldn't be able to relax for a second. You'd always need to stay alert. Would you be happy with that? Yeah, sure. And here are the results. You are mighty and magnificent as a great saber cat. You are kind, strong, and brave. Or at least you will be one day, right? That's what the test says anyway. So, sound much like you? very strange. Apparently Jessica was happy adventuring with her companion, but she suddenly started missing her mother so much that she burst into tears. When we heard her mother and I hurried to see if she was all right. Tee, you really are a marvel, mother. I promise I'll never wander off on a silly old adventures again. I couldn't bear to be away from you even for a second. Dear me, what in the world's gotten into Jessica? She's being a model daughter, obedient, pleasant, and respectful. It's most disconcerting. The Jessica I know is willful, argumentative, and utterly incapable of doing what she's told. I tried to stop her setting out on her little adventure, but she insisted on avenging her brother's death. And now she's some mild-mannered do-gooder all of a sudden. It's odd in the extreme. In fact, it's downright upsetting. How can I get my daughter back? Wait, a reminder of something a certain traveler salesman once told me. He said that there were books capable of changing the personality of anyone who read them. I'm sure you visit all sorts of places on your travels. If you happen to find a book that might give me back the daughter I know, I could reward you handsomely. Would you do that for me? Wonderful. I could tell you weren't the type to abandon others in their hour of need. Now, as mentioned, when she's herself, my daughter's energetic, strong-willed, and very active indeed. If you could find a tome that might turn her back into that sort of person, I would be eternally grateful. The salesman I spoke of mentioned the kingdom of Aliahan. Perhaps you might look there? Ah, I spy an improving looking volume in your hands. Might you find that book that will give my daughter I know occasional love? Yeah, sure. Wonderful. What might the title be, pray tell? Goodness me, are you expecting me to believe the publication is titled Guns and Buns will give me back my daughter? Yeah, sure. Well, I'm really not sure it's the kind of publication I should be exposing my daughter to, but if you think it's a good idea... Rosalind has just read Guns and Buns. And how are you feeling, dear? Oh, I'm just fine, Mother. But I'm not sure about you. I mean, what are you wearing? Wouldn't you feel so much more liberated if you shed a few layers? Oh, where did this handsome young man come from? You're lovely, aren't you? Tell me, have you ever had a puff before? Jessica, honestly, this is not how I raised you. This isn't the Jessica I know. Hurry up and find the book that will actually restore her to her true self, will you? Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. I kind of like her that way, though, if you're going to ask me. Okay, I need to go to Quester's Rest. Let's see, there doesn't anything of interest. Really? The book is not interesting? Okay. Fine dancer's costume. Jeez, it's so expensive. Damn it. I wonder what the matter with Erin is. She hasn't been her usual sunny self as of late. I'm very underwhelmed. Oh, okay, that's right. Let's see. Divine Dancer's costume. I already have one of these. book was supposed to be here. Is it not here? Don't need to complete this quest first? Okay, well, let's go to Galapagos then. Because I think we need to finish this quest before I can finish the other one. Let's see. So we'll leave it with that for now. Galapagos. It's so weird seeing it in 3D after playing this game in 2D for so long. Finds to be a king. Alright. You found the book Patty wanted Aaron to read. Head back to the Quester's Rest and hand it over. there you go. There you are, hon. How'd it go? Did you find that book on how to be a king? Yes. Big answer, how to be a king. Great, you got it. To be a king. Yep, that sounds like the right one, all right. Now, to have Aaron take a good look. Patty hands Aaron the book and she begins to leafing through the pages. A true king should never lose sight of who they really are, no matter what happens. A true king takes responsibility for the well-being of his people. He must never forget what he owes to others. If a king loses his pride, his subjects will suffer, and a king who makes his subjects suffer is unworthy of his honored role. I see. So when a king loses his pride, it makes life hard for his subjects. Yes, I can see that. It's just like when an innkeeper loses their pride. Their guests suffer for it. Which means I must have been making my guests suffer terribly with all my moping. What kind of innkeeper am I? I almost lost sight of the only thing that matters, my customers. Whew, that book worked like a charm. Erin's got her old spark back. Everything's going to be okay, and we owe it all to you. Here's a little something by way of thanks. Putting a smile back on someone's face might not seem like the greatest thing you've ever achieved, but trust me, Erin's smile is really something special. It makes everyone happy. Take it from me, when Erin was down in the dumps, so was everyone else. It knocked the wind out of our sails. But now she's got her mojo back. We can all breathe a sigh of relief. You're the best, thanks. Boing. Oh, sight was important to me, my guess. If I'm not smiling, neither are they. What good are awards and accolades if you forget something as simple as that? But I won't forget again, I'm going to keep smiling, take pride in my work, and make every single customer who walks through the door feel special. Yeah, this is supposed to be the one. What the heck, man? Ah, wonderful. What would it be? No. The girl's own annual? I don't remember. Which one's the one I grabbed from there? How about that one? Jessica was certainly an active child. Yes, this may be the sort of book that will appeal to her. Why don't you give it a try? How are you feeling, Jessica, dear? Mother, what are you doing here? Wait, I know. You're here to tell me to stop thinking about avenging Alistair, aren't you? Well, forget it. I'm not giving up. And I'm not going home with you, and that's the end of it. I will have my revenge. It's my destiny, and no one can stop me. You're really not going to listen to a word I say, aren't you? How'd you end up being so pig-headed, I wonder? Ha! You're one to talk. When did you ever listen to anything anyone says? Well. Hey, what are you laughing at? Yes, this is no doubt about it. This is Jessica I know. Thank you so much. Here, you've more than earned this. Receives the goddess whip. Is anyone going to tell me what's going on here? Oh, don't you worry about that, dear girl. Here, let me take a good look at you. You're acting like a real weirdo, Mother. You do know that, right? I am truly grateful. I was worried my daughter might have been lost to me forever. As to what might explain her sudden change of personality, one of her companions told me it might have been the result of a monster's curse. Be sure not to run into the same monster, won't you? Boing. Okay, whoa, he has to knocking these quests out. God, the first couple ones just took hours and hours to finish. What's left? Draconian Castle. Let's save that for tomorrow, shall we? Let's go rest and save. Hi, Gemma. Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is audap. You're watching Dragon Quest XI Echoes and Elusive Age, Definitive Edition on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.